Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and welcome to our channel today. I appreciate y'all being here. And if you're new to the channel, if you're finding us for that very first time, welcome. It's great to have you. And as a quick reminder for all, my focus, my mission here on the channel is I want to help provide as much information as I can to as many people as I can, across all regions, to help you grow and develop your business. And the best way I can do that is when you choose to subscribe to the channel, when you choose to hit that like button, and when you choose to share the information with friends, associates, and colleagues. So with that said, if you've not yet done so, please hit that subscribe button. Please like the video, please share the information. And for additional ways that you can choose to support the channel and additional ways that I can help take your business that next level, please check out those links below. And so with that said, let's get into our topic here today, and it's how to start a gym business. 8 mistakes to avoid. How to start a gym business. 8 mistakes to avoid. So if you're thinking about getting into business, take a look at these 8 mistakes and let's make sure we avoid them. If you need help on this, you have questions on this, check out the links below. We're offering a 45-minute free strategy session. Happy to chat with you about how we can help, shorten the learning curve and help you maximize bottom line profitability. And so number one, on 8 mistakes to avoid, neglecting to have a business plan. Make sure you have a business plan, okay? Now, let me tell you how we do this. We do this a little bit different, okay? I know a lot of companies, they'll write the plan for you and things like that, and we used to do that. The problem with writing the business plan, A, it's costly, and B, you don't really know. You're just getting it, here it's done for you. And so you want to have a business plan. The way we like to approach this is we do it in a collaborative manner, where we're in it together, because it really, is it a business plan? Yes, but it's also a very high level education on the industry. Because what you want to know, you want to come out of this understanding, hey, what are the risks? How are we going to mitigate those risks? How are we going to separate ourselves from everybody else? How are we going to understand marketing? What's the importance of marketing? How are we going to do all this? So, we want to be able to give you all that knowledge and information. So make sure you've got a plan here, for your business plan. Number 2 on 8 mistakes to avoid: inadequate financial preparation and resources. Inadequate financial preparation and resources. So when you're doing the business plan, you're going to have a budget in there, right? And so you want to get your budget, and it's going to include your startup cost, maybe 1 year worth of projections, per month, and then 5 years out, every year, how's this going to look? You want to have that. And when you're doing that, it's always my suggestion, let's do that a little bit from the banker's perspective. In other words, let's be conservative. Sometimes the entrepreneur in us, we get big eyes and, hey, we're going to do these big numbers, and maybe you will, and that's how you want to run it. But we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. I know one of the biggest challenges a lot of folks, have when they first open is they overestimate their sales. Okay, and so it's not that we can't do those big numbers. Maybe you can, but when we're doing the financial preparation, let's make sure we be a little more conservative. It'll help with your landlord. It'll help with financing and things like that. So a lot of ways to look at that, but make sure that budget's in place. The second thing on financial preparation is you're going to need funding. Okay, sometimes, depending on what you need, SBA can take 6 months. You're going to want, collateral, can take a while. If you need help with funding, we can help you with that. You can check the links below. You can hit me up direct. Feel free to call, text, email. Happy to chat with you about how we can help you get that done. And actually, the good news on a lot of that is a lot of times we can get funding for you, within 7 days. So it can happen pretty quick on a lot of this. And so you want to make sure you've got the money to get this started, but also you want to make sure you have adequate cash on hand. So once you're up and going, and let's just say it's going to cost you, $30,000 a month to run it, or $50,000 a month to run it, you want to have that much in the bank, or at least a line of credit for it. Just because A, there might be some hiccups along the way, or B, there may be opportunities that present themselves, and you want to be able to take advantage of that. So inadequate financial preparation and resources. And even back on the kind of the resources part of this again, one of the things that I suggest you always do, always be looking for money. Just always be looking. Don't look for it when you need it, because it might be too late. Okay, but always be looking for it. Number 3 on 8 mistakes to avoid: failure to monitor performance and adjust. failure to monitor performance and adjust. Okay, so you've got this new business, we're out there making sales, we're doing our thing. Make sure you set a quota. Make sure you set a quota, whatever it is. You want to do 100 sales a month, 50 sales a month, whatever it is. Okay, and then we want to keep track of, what we do today, what's our month to date, what's our projection, and then what's the quota. And every day we're looking at that. And the big numbers that I'm looking at here every single day is what's our quota and what's our projection. And if our quota is 100 and our projection is 75, we're 25% off what we need to be. Okay? And what we want to learn to do, and I talk about failure to monitor performance and adjust, what we want to learn to do is manage based on these objectives. How we train our staff, how we interact with our staff, how we do our marketing, decisions we make on how we're going to get these numbers up. Because if we're projecting 75 and the goal's 100, you better do something, okay? And so we want to learn to manage based on those objectives, okay? Don't just, assume. I talk to a lot of clubs, well, how are you doing this month? Well, I won't know until the P&Ls come out next month. Too late. Too late. Okay, every single day be looking at this, every single day. And then you adjust, you manage based on those objectives. I can't speak strong enough to that point, okay? That simple accountability can make a lot of difference for you. Number 4, avoiding outside help. 8 mistakes to avoid. Avoiding outside help. Get outside help. Okay, this is what we help clubs with. You can contact me, happy to chat with you. If you have attorneys, you have accountants, what you're looking for is someone who's been there and done that. Okay, as I like to say, if you don't know where you're going, ask somebody who's been there. What we try to do is we want to help you shorten that learning curve and then maximize bottom line profitability. But don't avoid getting outside help. Get help on this. Don't trial and error. Trial and error can be very, very expensive. Okay. Number 5 on mistakes to avoid, setting the wrong price. Setting the wrong price. And let me tell you, one of the things that we like to look at on this, okay, is when we're doing these budgets, okay, we're doing that collaborative effort on business planning, education, and budgets. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at your expenses. We're going to go through all the expenses. Here's what we anticipate this being. And then based on that, okay, how much do you want to make? Do you want a 20% margin, a 30% margin, a 40% margin? What do you want it to be? Based on that, now we're going to start plugging in numbers. And that's how we're going to come up with the price. We're going to kind of go in reverse a little bit. Okay? And I know a lot of clubs that I talk to, and I ask them, well, hey, how'd you come up with that price? Oh, this is what somebody else was doing, and we really liked it. Hey, we really wanted to be consumer friendly. Okay? And, probably not going to be the best approach. And so how much do you want to make? And now let's adjust accordingly. Okay, do it in reverse. Number 6, ignoring technology. Okay, mistakes to avoid. Don't ignore technology. Now, the balance of this, you don't need every shiny object out there. Okay, but don't avoid and don't ignore technology. You want to automate as much as you possibly can. Repetitive tasks, make sure they get automated. And again, these are things we can help you with. When you get outside help, you want to be able to shorten this learning curve, because technology kind of wear you out. There's so much of it out there. You want to know, hey, where to go to get what you need. So again, go out and get help on a lot of this. Number 7, neglecting your marketing. Neglecting your marketing. Now, when I get into facilities that are operating and they're struggling and they're not hitting the numbers they want, more often than not, it's a failure to understand and properly implement sales and marketing. The number one problem, of so many businesses is nobody knows who you are, and those that do, they don't have you at top of mind. Marketing is so crucial. And kind of with that said, real quick, check out the link below on high impact digital marketing. That's going to be one of the must, along with say Google pay-per-click. Those are 2 kind of paid approaches you're going to want to do. Check that out. But don't neglect this marketing. You have to make sure, as I like to say, you want the door to swing, the phone to ring, the email to ding, and the text to ping. This is what needs to happen. We have to drive traffic flow. Okay, you could have the nicest place in the world, but if you're not driving traffic into that business, you're going to struggle. So check out that link below, for some digital marketing programs as well. And then number 8, failing to learn. The people that do the best at this, they become great students. They're a student of sales, a student of marketing, a student of people, a student of management, a student of fitness, a student of the industry. Always be learning. Initially, choose, if you like, choose this channel, to be that learning mechanism for you. We have nearly 1,300 videos here on the channel that are nearly all how-to in nature, okay? But continue to learn. One of the things that I always like to ask when we do meetings, with staff and management and ownership, I always like to ask, hey, what's working well and what's not? Because if it's working well, we want to make sure we keep going with it. If it's not working well, we want to fix it. Okay, and a lot of times on that failure to learn thing, one of the things we want to learn, if it's working well, keep doing it. And it's amazing how many times when things are working well that we stop. So failing to learn. So 8 mistakes to avoid on starting a gym business. Take a look at these. If you're thinking about getting in the business, if you're looking at buying a club, you're looking at starting something new, or maybe you've got a little turnaround on your hands, you can take a look at some of this and say, hey, what kind of mistakes may have been made here that we can fix. So folks, again, my name is Jim Thomas. My company is Fitness Management and Consulting. I appreciate you being here at the channel today. And again, if you've not yet done so, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. Share the information with friends, associates, and colleagues. And for additional ways that I can help take your business to that next level, check out those links below. And we'll look forward to seeing you all in that next video.